Hi, casual fanatics. Jeremy here. So, as you probably realize, I did not stream again this week. It was only partially due to my internet issues. I have recovered from the laryngitis and from the dizziness completely. My voice is still a little low right now because I've literally been awake for like 90 minutes at most. I have been drinking some tea though, so. But here's a little thing that really annoys me about when I get sick. Whenever I am unable to do something, even immediately after I'm recovered from that illness, it gets to a point where, honestly, I have a lot of difficulty motivating myself because I'm just kicking myself for all the time that I missed. I've never been diagnosed with such, but I do imagine that I probably have some form of depression. And that especially kicks in when I'm sick for extended periods of time, especially when the sickness affects this. Because this is, for lack of a better phrase, what I make my money off of. In fact, for my main job, that's literally true. If I can't talk to people, I'm not making any money. Because my main job's all phone-based. And then, of course, all the stuff that I do on the side, my streaming and stuff, involves me talking to you guys. So, I'm not gonna lie. I've been really angry at myself, at my body for failing me for 3 weeks now. I've tried to get out as much as I can. I did do the subscriber exclusive video because I feel honor bound to do that in such a way that it overrides any of my post sickness depression. And of course, I am going to do Fortune Street coming Thursday because, I mean, why not? I have a lot of fun when I'm not failing miserably and fucking up all kinds of shit. But I do apologize for not being able to stream at all this past Sunday or Monday. There's a lot I've been needing to do that I haven't even been able to do that. Simply because it's just, I've been kicking myself for not being able to do much of anything over the last few weeks. I don't know if any of y'all have ever experienced that kind of feeling before, where, I mean, not just depression in general, because I have no doubt there are probably some of you that have actual diagnosed depression that you've contended with. But I mean, just, that feeling that comes right after you've recovered from a sickness that makes you feel like, I'm physically better, but I'm mentally still off. That kind of a feeling. I don't know how to manage it properly, really. I mean, in my case, for the last couple of days, whatever management I did pretty much involved a lot of ice cream, really. Excuse me. Still coughing some. Yeah, it's whatever coping I did involved a lot of ice cream. Because, as they say, stress spelled backwards. You know. It always makes me feel terrible whenever I'm not able to put out the content that I say I want to, or that I say that I'm going to. Even if it's for, a relatively legitimate reason, like I'm sick. I consider myself a man of integrity, a man of honor. And honestly, it feels like a failure. I look at the things that I've done and the things that I have yet to do that I want to do, and the things that seem out of reach. And then I look back at these kind of moments and I'm like, well, there's your problem. You didn't work through the pain. You didn't work through the sickness. And sometimes you can't avoid not being able to work through the sickness. I get that. I know that. I'm an adult human being. I have my sense of priority somewhat intact. And yet, it still feels like a failure. I am going to do Chrono Trigger, Prophet Skyle, and Crimson Echoes. I have said that as on record, and I will be damned if I do not fulfill that. I am going to pick back up Valkyria Chronicles. Hopefully next Monday. Barring a goddamn catastrophe, I am going to try to stream next Sunday and Monday. Thursday night, Fortune Street, it's on. I mean, that was the one thing that I was able to do, even when my voice was almost completely gone. So, I am, again, honor-bound to fulfill that. And Mario Golf Advanced Tour for the patrons and subscribers, that's already up. So, I had a little difficulty uploading it because, again, upload speeds this past weekend took a nosedive on me. I don't want to leave things hanging. I don't like being off for 2-3 weeks at a time, making a minimal amount of content. I always want to do more. And I've not been living up to that these last few weeks. Maybe y'all understand why, maybe you don't. I can't speak for you. I'm not you. I'm me. I can speak for me. I speak fairly well for me on a regular basis. And as far as I feel about it, I feel like I've been a failure the last few weeks. And I'm sorry. I really am. I am sorry that my body had to fail me. That I could not live up to the things that I have said I was going to do for all the reasons that have come upon me. Are they things I could have controlled? Probably not. It's not going to stop me from apologizing because I feel like I need to. I've had many times in the past where I've apologized for something and people are like, oh no, you don't need to apologize for that. Shut up and let me apologize. You don't get it. I need to do this. I feel like I have failed you. And when I feel like I have failed someone, I owe them restitution. I owe them contrition. I owe them sincere apology. So for the last few weeks of relative inactivity, where I've just barely been able to do much of anything, and certainly not what are my main things, my 2 main streaming days, I'm sorry. And I am going to pick those back up. My target is this Sunday. If anything changes with that, I will let you know as soon as I do. Assuming that what changes isn't my voice completely going out on me entirely. Even then, I will find a way. There are many, many different ways that you can get a hold of me, that you can see what it is that I'm doing. Stare into the infinite. There are many, many, many different ways that you can, see what I'm doing. See all that stuff all the way over on the left? Repeated ad infinitum? That's all my social media. You got YouTube over there. You got Facebook. You got Twitter. You got Instagram over there. I'm always in one of those places. If something important comes up, take a look at any one of those spots over there. I'll put up an Instagram post. I'll put up a Facebook post. I'll put up a Twitter. I'll put up a tweet. I'll let you know. For those of you who've been continuing to watching, for all the people who have followed me on VidMe or followed me on Twitch or whatever, despite my illness and inability to perform, I very much appreciate you. Please consider pledging through Patreon and subscribing on VidMe. I know, kind of an awkward video to put that kind of a plug in, but I have said since the day I launched the Patreon, I want this to be my second job, if not eventually my primary job. So your support would mean a lot to me. Not only would you be getting the exclusive video that was on there, but you'd be getting, in the case of Patreon, you'd be getting the videos in advance. So, but yeah, for those of you who have been around here, for all of you who have been sticking around here, all the friends and all the family who sent me well wishes throughout all of this whole thing, even those of you who have been telling me, dude, slow down, you're doing too much. I appreciate all of it. I really do. And again, I can't say I'm sorry enough for all of this, because god damn do I feel like I failed. Well, until we see each other again, which is probably going to be Thursday night for domination at dusk. Casual Shadow Jeremy saying, keep it casual, y'all.